I think I've known this for a while, but you really don't understand it as an American until you live overseas or even just really travel overseas. It didn't really hit me until I moved to Europe. Just how stupid American exceptionalism is. Republicans say, "Oh, other countries are laughing at us. They're laughing at us," and they would be like, "They're laughing at us because of Joe Biden." No, they're not. They're absolutely not laughing at us because of Joe Biden and the Democrats. Joe Biden and the current Democratic Party is basically a pretty standard liberal in the European sense, liberal centrist party in Europe. Basically like status quo, pro-capitalism, pro-civil rights, pro-gay rights, pro-abortion. Pretty run-of-the-mill shit in Europe. Why Europeans and people from other countries are laughing at us and don't respect the United States anymore is because of our idea of American exceptionalism. They think it's ridiculous. And they're right in many, many ways. They're right. Everything that's good about America, about the United States of America, also exists in tons of other countries. Other countries have free speech, free press, voting rights. Other countries have democracy, have constitutions, have respect for the rule of law, have law and order. Other countries have decently strong militaries, protect their citizens. None of that stuff is just uniquely American. A lot of countries do that stuff. When you move abroad to most countries in the world, most developed countries in the world, and even some underdeveloped countries in the world, you still have all that. You don't lose any of that. You just lose a lot of the bad aspects of living in the United States. You keep all the good stuff, you lose the bad stuff. You have all that, and you also don't have mass shootings. You don't have school shootings. You don't have gun violence everywhere. In a lot of countries, like where I'm living right now, you don't even really have violent crime. It is so unbelievably safe here. You have free healthcare. You don't go bankrupt when you get sick. You have good food. You have good culture, good arts. You have all that stuff. You have bullet trains and high-speed rail and functioning public transportation and a functioning society, functioning infrastructure. You have governments that actually care about their people. You have social welfare systems. You have all this stuff. Free education, free college. The American people have been ripped off. We've been scammed. It's a fucking scam. I don't think it was always supposed to be like this. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. But whatever happened in the last 50 years, I blame Reagan. So does Cannon's, me and Kathy, Cannon's father. We'll pretty much pin it on Reagan. But I don't know, whatever happened in the last 50 years, 60 years, whatever. This is not a functioning, healthy society, the United States. And when Europeans and people from other countries laugh at the United States, they're laughing at that notion that if you were to tell listening to somebody in Congress say this is the greatest nation on earth. No, it's really not, bro. It's really fucking not. It hasn't been for a long, long time. And Trump, MAGA, that is just basically a symptom of that arrogance, that stupidity. That's what they're laughing at, It's fucking sad. It's absolutely fucking sad. The U.S. system as currently constructed is not going to make it. It's going to implode. They're putting way too much pressure on people. There isn't a functioning government anymore. It's just crap. It's absolute crap, and it has to either change. I would say it needs to start over. I think something else has to be built. It has to be rebuilt. The U.S. right now is like a test lab on how capitalism can choke a society to death, on how corruption and predatory capitalism can turn a functioning democracy into just a cesspool, can turn citizens into consumers. And I love the U.S. I love the United States. I love the notion of what we are trying to be. I love our Constitution. I love our history. I love that we're constantly striving to get better, even though we have a very imperfect history. I love Americans. I love my people. I love my friends. I love my family. But something's got to give, man. We straight left. We couldn't take it anymore, and we left. We left the United States. Will we never go back? I hope not. I'd love to go back, but I want to go back to a healthy, functioning society, not whatever this is. We were very blessed that we were able to do that. But my wife and I essentially have come to the point where we are not raising our child in the United States, in this society. We're not doing it. I'm not doing that. Not as currently constructed. And I hope it gets better. And I hope we can go back. But it's going to take a fight.